Welcome back to Memory Lane. Craig Crash Collins joined by Ben Bousman. We're on episode 2 of just basically going back and watching old games, tied in with significant dates during the normal calendar year for the sports world in the state of Indiana and across the country. Last week we did the Indiana Pacers 1995 Game 1 of the Eastern Conference semifinals, which was the 8 points, 9 seconds. This week, this video comes out on August 14th, which is a week before the high school football season started. So I thought it'd be fun, kind of a little bit different, kind of out of our comfort zones a little bit, as far as we're not super familiar with the teams and the rosters, but we are familiar with the backstory of this matchup. This is the 2018 sectional semifinal, or I think sectional championship, between Harrison, which is a team in West Lafayette here in Indiana, against Kokomo. Now the backstory of this is that Kokomo going into 2018 had won 3 straight sectional titles.
Right.
The previous season, so 2017, Kokomo had beat Harrison in the sectionals en route to the state championship, which Kokomo eventually lost to Columbus East. And then Kokomo, I think, had beat Harrison earlier this season as well.
Yes.
So basically, if you were a Harrison fan playing against, or a Harrison player going up against Kokomo, you're not super thrilled to have to play this team again. But here we are with 6 minutes and 55 seconds left to go in the fourth quarter. It's a tie game at 10, a big 4th down and 1 for Harrison, as they're going to go for it. They're going to try to convert it.
Right.
And we're just going to hop right in here, Ben.
Let's do it. It's been about, 20 plus years since I've been in a good high school football game. So
yes.
This will be interesting.
Yeah, see, I'm a little bit more familiar with the two teams only because, I do high school football and stuff for Indiana SRN, but not familiar with these, this matchup at all.
Right.
So really excited though, when we read up on kind of the backstory of this game, because it's hard to find this video courtesy of the IHSAA. It's really hard to find high school football games in their entirety on YouTube.
Yes.
So
usually it's just clips.
Yeah, so once we found this one, we're like, okay, this one's a good one.
Right.
I found one for Muncie Central that was a 34-7 loss. I was like, let's not do that one. This one it's going to have a good finish, so we're excited to bring it to you. So let's go ahead and hop right in.
What is your best 4th and 2 play you have in your play?
We don't need your best 4th and 2 play because it's 4th and 1.
Your season could be riding on it.
Absolutely could be. This may be, and Kokomo knows it.
It won,
the crowd coming
100%
to their feet.
is riding
They know
on
this
us.
team
It was
has
4th
passed
and
the
1.
hall.
They just changed it to 4th and 1.
Likewise,
Oh,
you
my
see on
gosh.
the other side of the field, Harrison knows maybe the biggest first down potential all year, Rob.
All right.
They want to pass. Jensen over the top.
Oh, what a play.
He's down to the 3-yard
Everybody
line.
expecting the
Harrison
run,
completely
and they just
pulls
dink
the
it over
play
the
action
top, which I think
and
is such a
finds
great
Jake
play.
Smith over the top of the defense.
Was that
First
OBJ?
and goal, Raiders.
I think so.
Yeah, they put him in.
The offensive staff at Harrison, everybody on Kokomo thinks it's going to be a run.
I mean, why wouldn't it be? And then, it goes right over the top.
Never let a guy get behind you.
And how about Jake Smith, who had caught all of 4 passes all season before that catch right there makes it 1st and goal.
Not quantity, it's quality now. You'll take the big one now.
Dixon
Goes nowhere.
The big guy comes through again. Man, he just manhandles people. He'd play for me anytime. I like
Yeah, if anybody out there that's watching knows where we can find some Muncie Central games or Marion games, we'd be open to that. Like I said, I think the one that I did find was Marion and Muncie Central, and I think Marion won 37-7.
Really good defensive lineman play on both sides of the football.
And two matchups between these two teams in back-to-back sectionals where it's a low-scoring affair. Oh, fade.
Touchdown! Can you believe it? Jake Smith, who has basically been a relative unknown
Just a fade, basically.
all season long, catches the big ball on 4th and 2, and now catches a touchdown for the Harrison Raiders. They lead 16-10.
It was 13-8 Kokomo in last season's sectional, and now it's in the fourth quarter. And typically, in high school football, especially, you're used to at least a little bit higher scoring.
Right.
Get it over the top of the defense.
Wow, what a catch.
Exactly what he did.
Just uses the height.
Big play by Harrison.
The unlikeliest of heroes is Jake Smith, and with the extra point, 17-10. 5:18 to go in the game. Harrison the lead over Kokomo on the IHSAA Champions Network, presented by Indiana Farm Bureau Insurance.
Oh, we're going to get some commercials.
Nice.
And this is now.
Now, I could comment on that and do some...
Oh. Wait.
Things change. Your insurance should too.
Oh, okay, that was him in the past. Now this is him with... Okay, I get it. I understand it now.
Harrison takes the lead at 17-10 on a 10-play, 81-yard drive. The two biggest plays of the drive on a 4th and 2, a pass.
At least I know at the high school I went to, Muncie Southside, I can at least remember, I don't know if it was this way at other high schools, a lot of running.
Yeah.
Like, I don't remember it as being known for, having 300 and some passing yards or anything like that.
So the team that I have covered the last 2 seasons for Indiana SRN, Traders Point,
right.
They set basically rushing records. They got a kid that that ended up going to Butler to play college football. He basically set all kinds of records. Kai Johnson was his name. I was trying to think of his name. I was like, wait, what? But he was incredible. And yeah, they, a lot of the times they run, those like almost kind of like run pass option type formations or triple option. You see a lot of times too at this level. Instead, it is a kick out of bounds. Kick out of bounds. And because this is a unique rule, because the ball went, normally you put the ball to 35, but because the ball went out of bounds at the 36, you add 5 yards onto that. So it really is. That doesn't really make sense.
No.
Why don't?
Because the ball's not laces out, you put 10 years.
Yeah, you go back to 0 and start the game over. Wait, what? Why is that rule in there?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Players freeze too, so I'm not sure.
You were just on an 18-hour flight to Taiwan. You might be hearing things actually. Ravis.
Oh wow. Oh. Uh-oh. The old fumble Ruski. Oh my gosh.
Out at the 1 or?
Yeah, I think he's
They went with the hook and ladder. Cameron caught it first. Lateral it to Edwards, who fumbled it, picked it back up, and took it all the way to the 1 yard
This
line.
is when it gets fun, guys. I'm telling you, they're on page 400 in the playbook right now. Here we go.
surprised there wasn't, because you can't. I know you can't fumble it forward usually.
Yeah.
Wow, I love
So I'm
it.
surprised there wasn't
This
something there.
tournament
But what a big
football,
play.
This is when it gets fun.
And then he took out of the Boise State playbook,
Yeah.
Statue of Liberty.
Big
And,
play against you, then it's not
That's a
big fun.
game we need to watch too.
Stephen Edwards, who
I'm
scored
down with that,
game-winning
the
touchdown
Boise,
on a
Oklahoma game.
67-yard catch with 1:20 to go in the first meeting between these two teams. And Edwards, almost there, had a 59-yard
Monroe Central, a school
catch
close to us that
for a
actually
touchdown.
did get. I know.
Timeout.
My high school didn't have, here in the Muncie, Selma area, a lot of schools don't have football. Monroe Central is one of the teams that just recently got it. They were in the regional or semi-state not too long
credited
ago.
with the catch.
they had some. Yeah, they had
Catch
some.
of 57 yards.
Some players that
Puts the
were
ball
pretty
at
great
the
at the
2-yard line
rushing
and
aspect.
gives Kokomo
Again, back to
a first and goal
for
from
some
the
reason, there's not a lot of schools around here that are known for passing.
Right. Well, I think it's because
Put together some
as you
stories
get
that
higher,
go
this
on,
is
man. You pull
5A.
out everything.
So the passers are probably
Really
some
go deep
on the
in
better
playbook
side.
and deep
But
in
when you're
what
down at
night
the
you're
single
here.
A, you're
Young
sometimes
kids
hard
have
pressed
got
to find guys that
be
can
prepared for
really
500
sling
yards
it. Yeah,
everything.
that can are good at not only throwing a good ball, but also reading defenses and that kind of thing. So you kind of keep it as simple as possible. Run as balanced as you can, but be run heavy.
Still work to do, however, for Kokomo with a first and goal here.
What a fun game.
Jeremy Baker lines up as the tailback.
kind of a risky call, too, because it's not like you're scoring with a lot of time left and giving them the ball with a lot of time left, so I'm surprised they went trick play on that.
Right.
The touchdown run.
So they get in on the rushing touchdown. They leave 5 minutes, so theoretically, if they go for the extra point here, which they should, you know, there's... Yeah, and they just mentioned it. There's a lot of time left on the clock, so you're surprised, kind of. But that's also another thing you don't see very often at the high school level is field goals.
Exactly.
So
you see 2-point.
Yeah, 2-point conversions, and like every once in a while there'll be a kicker that can do a good job at the high school level. But special teams are.
Gotta get this though. How important is this, Rob?
Oh, it's a high snap.
Oh my gosh. High snap.
That's going to end up being a big mistake, I'm afraid, if you're a Kokomo fan. The snap was high. It was handled by Ravis, the quarterback, who's also the holder.
The old announcer jinx, man, said he hadn't missed. I mean, it wasn't on him, but...
So high, it took him out of his stance. And by then, the defense was closing quickly. Grant Gonzalez, a senior defensive back.
I think I'd much rather watch a good high school football game or college football game over. I don't know what it is. I prefer high school. I prefer college football
over pro.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm with you because of the atmosphere.
Or basketball in general. You know, March Madness.
I think the atmosphere is a lot better, and I think you also get. I mean, and it's not to say that like professional players aren't passionate about their sport, but it's much more of like it's a job than it is like, you know, because I mean a lot of these kids aren't going to play college football, you know, or aren't going to, I mean maybe some of them will, but for some people in this game, this is legitimately their last game or their last season playing football. Same with college, you know, there's a few like when you the LSUs and the Alabamas of the world, they know they're going to probably be playing on Sundays too. Yeah. But when you have like the Ball States, you know,
maybe get one TV game.
Yeah, one TV game every once in a while. Which I'm trying to figure out if I can find that Ball State Navy game from the year they went undefeated, because that would be really good for this.
Guys, not just tackle, be stripping the ball. Anything you can do to help your cause here.
Kokomo is lining up for an onside kick.
Kokomo with just one timeout left.
Do they know how much time's left?
Yeah, exactly.
Do they know they still have 5 minutes? And I mean, they have. It's only one timeout, but they still have a timeout.
You almost wonder if he should have like just, you know, dropped a knee or dropped down to his knees and take some more time.
I mean, he got hit hard, but Grant Gonzalez, who just made the huge play on the special teams on the tackle of the high snap, just made a great play fielding this high bounce of a kick that was attempted, obviously, here as an onside kick.
Because he takes a shot. Look at this. He secures the ball, but take a look at the hit here. Man. Good, clean, solid, hard hit. He hangs on for life.
Scratch my earlier comment about Gonzalez's tackle.
Must have some stickum on his gloves.
Yeah, must have.
Play right there is the biggest play of the season, at least currently. Because
hang on, or this is trouble.
Gonzalez held on to the football, and his team is trying to hold on to a 1-point lead.
Kokomo blitz.
Falling forward for a gain of only 1 yard.
Yeah, they can run off a lot of time here because the fact there's only one timeout. I mean, Kokomo's going to get the ball back, or should get the ball back.
As far as they can, every possession.
Armstrong carrying at 2nd and 9. Again, we've mentioned it a couple of times.
Even if they have to do the old, we're going to let you score because we're still within 8. Right. You know.
Down to 17.
Harrison is 1 first down away from really making life difficult on Kokomo.
Good coaching here. You want to let this clock go clear down.
Pretty standard for this late in the.
Armstrong has to bounce it outside. This will be a no gain. Well, maybe a gain of a yard. I'll try to give him 1. Miles Lenore on the tackle.
And a pretty good game served up by two teams. Kokomo was 5-5 going into this. And
They will not have to snap it
Harrison
now
was
until
4-5 going into the postseason.
Not the kind of record that you automatically
3:27 on
say.
the
Yeah.
game clock on what will be a
Oh, I can see why they got there.
Let's not
Right.
forget here, Kokomo can strike.
And
They
some
don't
people,
need a lot
I
of
mean, I
time,
know there's some
so-
people that
Yeah,
don't like
time
the
is a
sectional
factor,
format
but
for
third and
that
eight,
reason, that like
Right.
teams
Get
like this can
something
make
here.
it. But like, I remember, I was assigned a park tutor for 1 year, and they I think went into the like I think to finish the season 500 they were going to have to win the sectional, and they got to the sectional championship game. They ended up losing, but like that was a super fun run to cover, even though even though the record wasn't great. I mean, they got a big win against Washington, and then they beat Cloverdale in the second round, and then lost to Weibo in the sectional championship game. I think that was 2017. So.
Come back to haunt them or not.
They gained only 1 yard per play, actually.
Kokomo's going to have a ton of time for their offense with one timeout.
They ran 3 straight plays, each gaining 1
I
yard
don't.
each time.
I've never been a
They
fan
get
of just
47.
running right up the middle.
And it looks like Harrison's going to let the play clock run all the way down, and they will take their first time out here of the fourth quarter. When things in your life change, your insurance should too.
Yeah, you almost
Luckily,
wonder if
the
they
NFL
might have,
Bureau insurance agent can help to see if you're
like,
covered
especially
for
after the
lifetime.
first 2 runs didn't work,
Find a local
Right.
agent
going
at
right up the middle, you almost
IHSAA.com.
thought, hey,
Play
we
action.
just got a big first down
Knocking on
by
wood.
doing the play action, like, dunk over the top.
Right now,
What if
the
we did
difference
that
in this
again?
game is a high snap on the extra point opportunity for Kokomo. It's 17-16. And a chance now for Harrison to try to pin Kokomo deep and hold on for the final 2 minutes and 38 seconds.
Well, I'll tell you, I mean, Kokomo's a team that's used to running the 2-minute drill from their own 20. They should end up here, Rob, with decent field position.
Pennell on the punt, and the always dangerous Stephen Edwards is waiting deep.
This was also back during Pioneer's run. Did you see that score at the bottom? It was like Pioneer won like 54-7
Yeah.
over somebody. I think it was Lafayette
Kokomo
Central
come
Catholic.
after this thing. Do you dare risk running into the punter?
I don't think so.
Nope, they're going to play for the return. Nice punt. Backs up
Oh,
Edwards
my. Great punt.
to his 14-yard line.
Yeah. See, at this level, you're going to see a little bit more refined because, like, that's another thing. Like, special teams in high school football is a coin flip.
And here
Because-
comes the penalty flag, but I'm not sure, Jan, if this is on the tackle or on the retaliation from the Kokomo sideline.
Yeah, good call, Rob. Let's wait and see.
'Cause-
It just appeared it might be a high tackle. Let's see what the call is, or was it?
Boy, I don't know. The way the
We had a
official was
couple
looking at the
players
Kokomo
that-
bench.
Yeah,
When
and
they got a
the flag was
kickoff,
way after the tackle as
Legit,
well.
every time they touched it, they could run it
Kokomo
back.
coaches
Right.
were not pleased
Well, I'm not
with
even
their
talking about that. I'm talking about,
They were
like,
very
the
upset
punting
with
and
the
the
way
kicking
their
side of
sideline was
special teams.
retaliating Because they
Like,
know what a big penalty this
Maybe
could
or
be.
maybe not, you have a guy who can punt. Maybe or maybe not, you have a guy who can kick a field goal.
And
But
it does.
It's not the main focus usually, you know.
That is a
Wow.
killer penalty.
they called
And
unsportsmanlike against
It may
Kokomo.
or may not have been a late hit out of bounds on the tackle. But regardless, you have to keep your composure on that sideline.
This is huge.
Huge.
Well, the Kokomo fans don't like it.
This is a controllable
Huge.
penalty,
Yeah.
too. This is what you
It's gonna
don't
be
have to
great.
get.
That's right. If you can just keep your composure, you have much better field position than you do now. Regardless, we play on with the ball at the 16-yard line here for the Cats with 2:26 to go in the game. Rabus under pressure.
Ooh.
He's going to be sacked by Urban. Urban got him inside of the 5-yard line.
One-handed
Great.
tackle, Rob. He got the ball up there.
Great
and brought it
pressure.
Down. Urban did with one arm.
Jake Urban.
Take a look. Urban comes a mile a minute here. Here comes. Gets through, and boy, did he get through. Hangs on for dear life. Brings him down with one-arm tackle. That's huge.
Huge.
Tackles for
Huge.
the team leader in sacks.
Huge.
Team leader in fumble recoveries. And
We've
what
got
a
the
huge
best
play made there
defense.
by the
You
senior,
know it. I know
Jake
it. We
Urban.
both know it.
Kokomo's got to be careful here.
Second and long. They're going to try to go up top and get it all back for Edwards. Incomplete. Running
I mean, I
stride
guess,
for stride
okay.
with him was Isaiah Armstrong.
But-
and now it's going to be 3rd down and 23
Now you have
with only 94 seconds to go in the
two
game.
chances to get 23 yards. It's third down, and like one of my broadcast partners like to say, Bill Ludlow, a country mile.
What really hurts is when you have no real estate to operate your offense in, and so it doesn't give you a lot of time to run those routes that if you had some more real estate, you might be able to run. So, boy, Kokomo has
they're pretty much, it limits their playbook when you're backed all the way up to.
They got to have a first down minimum.
Like that second down, you could go for it on first. Second down, like run like a draw play.
Right.
And try to do something,
Ravens
but yeah.
go for it all again to Edwards down the sideline. He and the DB get their feet tangled.
No
it is
flag.
Incomplete.
So the coach down at the bottom, like, throw the flag, and it's like, dude,
Both fell to the turf,
very clearly incidental contact. See, and that's what I've always, like, annoyed me about football in general, is that you see so often, you know, hey, it's third down and 23. I'm going to throw 40 yards.
Right.
Like, instead of, let's try to find, like, a, let's try to throw a little dink, you know, over the middle for, like, 10 or 12 yards and make it an easier situation. Now you've got... And now you just use your last time out. So this literally is the game.
We call that a Tom Brady. You know, those like little 5-yard passes that get you like 15.
He's got 6 Super Bowl rings for a reason. So
that's why it's called the Tom Brady.
Yeah.
Has limited their ability quarterback-wise to play very deep in the shotgun.
Well, you think about that, and then you couple it with the urban sack.
Well, and let me tell you something. As a defensive lineman now, you know Kokomo has to pass the football. So you, for the most part, have given up a little bit on the run, and you're pinning your ears back, taking a little weight off your hand, and you are going a mile a second after that quarterback.
If I am Kokomo,
you don't have to get after the quarterback at all. You could literally rush 3 and drop everybody back in coverage.
They're all coming now. I mean, they are flat out all.
Why? They don't need to blitz.
sprinters.
What are you talking about?
They're listening to that siren, trying to get off there.
You know, they need to just send all 11 right after the quarterback.
Leave nobody out.
Yeah.
3, Rob.
The free safety is 35
They need to go all
away from the
grits
line.
blitz and just send everybody.
Under duress and sack
Oh
for a
my
safety.
gosh.
And that's a big play, but let me tell you, folks, that allows Kokomo to stay in the game, and here's why.
No, it doesn't.
Sure it does.
Because now they can have a free kick and have a chance to recover the ball.
I guess.
Well, this is a huge play on a sack and a safety. A huge play. Make no mistake about it for Jacob.
Do they have a chance? Yes.
Yeah.
Is it?
It's not all bad for.
Why is the clock still running?
It'd been better off to let it come out to the 1 yard line
Exactly.
to tackle it.
Because
now, you can't tell a guy like King
Because
that
magic.
he's making a play. He gets
Because
a
they need to
quarterback sack,
not
he gets
have
a
it
safety.
running.
The
Yeah.
first safety of the season for Kane.
put it back.
And it's
Yeah,
a great play defensively. But it makes it a 3-point game, and again,
Like the
it
scoreboard
allows
on the bottom.
Kokomo a free kick.
There's a little bit of hope still left.
Geez,
So
Pioneers
with a free
70 to
kick,
7 in the
there's
third
always an
quarter.
opportunity to recover the ball.
Yeah, because they sack them down on the 1 or 2. They'll just run the clock out. This ball now still becomes live, and Kokomo still does at least have a shot at something here to get the ball back.
Yeah, I
Crazier
mean,
things have happened.
crazier things have happened, but at the same time, you literally, like, you just tried an onside kick and it didn't work.
Right.
This game is not
I mean,
No, we've seen
there is a
interesting
chance.
things.
Hey, listen, don't be a negative Nancy.
71,
True.
Anderson
I'm being
0.
a hater right
The
now.
winner of this game plays New Pal next weekend in the regional.
I think New Pal won the state championship,
And this is the
like
smart
not this
play,
season,
certainly for
but
Kokomo. They're going to let Flores tee it up instead of punting and attempt an onside kick.
New Pal in the
This
regional.
is absolutely.
How was New Pal that year?
Absolutely.
They've been good recently. I know
Yeah,
that.
yeah, they did win the state this past
Got
season.
them
They were
all
14
in
and
good
0,
hands, people. Up
and
front,
they've won like back
Harrison.
to they went on to win the state title.
Last time
New
they
Pal.
tried
So
this,
spoiler
Gonzalez
alert:
came up with a big recovery for Harrison.
the winner of this
See what
game does not
happens
get
this
past New
Yeah.
Pal. Cause yeah, they had the kid that like set a lot of rushing records, right?
Flores from his
A
own
New Pal?
20.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's recovered, and that should do it. Harrison is able to recover the kick. That is Chad Galt, who wears number 8. He's a sophomore.
Sophomore coming
and
up
he
big.
is on the hands team. He makes the recovery.
I'm gonna look up
and now
because I
all
feel
Harrison
bad
has to do is
mentioning
take a
him
knee to
and
win
then
this
not
game.
actually saying his name. The New Pal running back.
Number 8, Galt, a backup, a sophomore with a huge
Charlie
play on
Spiegel.
the hands team.
the 2019
And it
Mr.
looks like
Football.
Harrison is going to win their
Likely
first
on this
sectional
roster, or
since
on the New Pal
1994.
roster that beats Harrison.
Right.
Spoiler alert, there's no trash can play that Kokomo runs backyard football style to get the ball
I
back.
was just out of college. I had the whole world in front of me.
You were looking at Gray. I was thinking I had her. So there's the difference between you and me.
Man.
Harrison will take a knee. They'll have to.
So we know where this is
more
going.
time.
Yeah. So
They're
you have a
shaking
guts.
hands,
So
but the guys are
so
not happy
Harrison,
again here. This game
who's
is not over.
playing
The
a
linemen start
three,
shaking
you know,
hands,
back-to-back-to-back
congratulating
sectional
one another.
champion,
Now, I'm talking about
who
offensive
lost
linemen
to
for
this
Harrison,
Kokomo team earlier in the
defensive linemen
season.
for Kokomo, but they are gonna have
You
to
know,
snap it again.
going against a Kokomo team that's maybe not as good as they were the year before, but just coming off a state
Still,
championship.
right.
Like, this is the sectional where you lost last year, and you pull out all the stops, you convert a big fourth down, you score on, like, the next play, and then your defense just absolutely, except for obviously they let a big play go on the hook and ladder, but they come up crazily well and get, you know, the stop, you know, disrupting the play on the extra point, which obviously is big, because obviously if that situation's still going, you know, who knows how this game turns out if that extra point actually gets off, because we'd be tied at 17. Kokomo's not pressing as hard when they get the ball back, if they get the ball back. Harrison's not running 3 times right up the middle.
Yeah.
Harrison still has 2 timeouts, so who knows, you know, how this game turns out. So, like, you know, big plays by Harrison in those last, like, 6 minutes.
Harrison will not have to snap the football again. They are going to win their first sectional championship since 1994.
Boy, how good.
I was like, I knew there was one other tidbit. Yeah, Harrison was also looking for their first sectional in, let's see, at that point, I'm trying to do math on the fly, 24 years?
Yeah, I was in middle school.
Tough for the Cats.
Yeah.
They put together a great winning streak.
Wait, did they say
Couple
94?
plays.
Yeah.
So hey,
This
our
game really
first two memory lanes tied in together because it was the 94-95 NBA season. Yeah.
There you go.
It all comes together. All right, so yeah, I don't think they have interviews with any of the players or anything.
Move to 6-5 on the season.
Not unless Rudy's on the team or something.
Yeah, Rudy. Oh yeah, no, it's literally just the end of the broadcast. So
What a game.
yeah, Harrison wins. Harrison goes on to play Newcastle. Goes on to play future Mr. Indiana or Mr. Football
Spiegel.
in Indiana. New Pal, they lose. New Pal goes on to win the state championship, but Harrison gets their first sectional title in 24 years, beats a team that had their number the last few years. So a good story going into this year's high school football season. Hopefully, I mean, as of recording this, they are still going to play, but we'll see how that works out.
Right.
But
This year it could be all different.
yeah. But hey, there it is. Harrison wins the sectional championship. Like I said, if you have any other suggestions for us, we'd love to hear them. We have these first 4 planned out, but we'd love to hear any suggestions that you guys have. But until then, have a good one, everybody.
See ya.